Today we're going to be talking about putter fitting, one of my favorite subjects to talk about. Greg Ducharme joins me here, Greg, all the time on CBS Course Record. He's with me there, and also too on A New Breed of Golf on Sirius XM. We're going to talk about putter fitting, and I have done this putter fitting with Greg many, many times with students of ours as well as with Greg to try to find the right putter. And we're all looking to make more putts. We want to understand how we can make more putts. Putter fitting is essential. So as we talk about this, we're going to talk about some of the key elements to putter fitting. Greg is going to play the part of the student, even though many, many times he's gone through the fitting, okay? So let's come on out here and understand that when we start talking about what you need to pay attention to with fitting, we talk about the length of the putter, the lie of the putter, the loft on the putter, all those other things. Those are really, really important. But there are some things that you don't really pay a lot of attention to in order for you to make more putts, and that is, what does the putter look like when you're addressing the target? Maybe you're aiming at the middle of the hole, maybe you're aiming at the right edge. Are you able to aim there? And then the second is, are you able to deliver that same face angle when this putter is in motion? Now, obviously, Greg has been fit for the style of putter that he uses, and by the way, as you can tell, it works out quite nicely here. So let me see that putter. And just so that you understand, this putter is a 34-inch putter. It's the Newport style, and it has a sight line on it. So it has a black sight line on it right here. It also is a plumber's neck style of putting. Now, that means that the neck of this putter comes out. It's got a 90-degree angle right here. So it hosels into the putter about 3/4 of an inch from the heel, and then it comes up, takes a left or right, depending upon how you're looking at it, and then it goes into the shaft that comes up from there. That's a plumber's neck. This is as important in your aim as anything else, what neck style you use, and then also, too, the sight line, the length of the sight line, the color of the sight line, all those things are very, very important. So now, Greg, what did you grab there?
Now, this is the Newport 2.5 Plus, and the 2.5 indicates that it is a different neck. So this neck, you could see, has a little bit of a slant in it.
And that would we call a slant neck or a flow neck. Those are typically necks that will allow the toe to hang a little bit differently, certainly than a plumber's neck. So when I hold this way with this plumber's neck, that's going to hang at about a 45-degree angle. So you're going to see that putter face at about a 45-degree angle. This one there is going to have a little bit more toe hang to it. And I don't know the exact number, but it might be like a 60-degree angle, something along those lines. Point being, they're different. And it does affect how the putter moves in motion, but what it also does is it affects one's ability to aim. Now, Greg can aim this quite nicely. The putter head and the sight line work very nicely for him, and so he could use this putter if he wants to. The thing that's important for you to appreciate is there is a choice that each individual, when you're going through this putter fitting, you're going to end up with options. And so the options become, what do you find moves the best, feels the best, looks the best, sounds the best? Like, all those things are a part of this at some point, but not right away. Most importantly, one's ability to aim is critical. So let me take that putter, and what you're going to do is grab that Phantom X for me. Now, this is a mallet-style putter, and this putter here, it has a little bit of a longer sight line. So when you look at the sight line, go ahead and set up like you're going to hit a putt. We'll get a close-up shot there, Gibbsy, and what you're going to see is not only is the sight line quite a bit longer, I'll bring this other putter in here, and you can see this. So not only is that sight line quite a bit longer, but it's a different color. So there's a number of things that are different with that, and the neck is as well very, very different. It doesn't slant the way the slant neck does or moves the way the plumber's neck does. Go ahead and hit that putt. And one of the things that you're going to notice, particularly when you go down the line here, Gibbsy, is Greg's ability to aim this putter is not great. He tends to aim this putter out to the push side, out to the right-hand side, and he starts missing putters. Now, this is important for you because at that point, you go, okay, do I need to work on his putting stroke, or do I need to let him maybe have a different type of putter? So my preference is, let's get a different putter. So go ahead and put that back up there. Let's grab, why don't we grab another one of those? Yeah, that's fine. We'll go to another style putter there. What do you have there?
Now, this is the Phantom X number 7.
Okay, so
very popular on TV.
A slightly different neck this has. This also has 2 sight lines, and both of those sight lines are white. So we've gone from a single sight line that was black to a single sight line that's white to now 2 sight lines that are white. And again, when Greg sets up with this putter, he tends to aim that out to the right-hand side. I don't want to alter the putting stroke, particularly when I know I've got a putter that works for him, and he knows this putter works for him as well. But this particular putter, while it might feel good, it might look good, he's trying to make a compensation to get that ball to go into the hole, and I don't want my players to do that. So that's when I'm going to ask a question along the lines of, hey, did your stroke feel smooth there? And he might say, you know what, no, I felt a little manipulated. All right. So let's go ahead and grab the...
one other thing that's really interesting about this, you mentioned 2 sight lines, but when I look down, I actually see it as
a third sight line.
So because my eye picks up this.
Yeah, which is the black sight line, and that's a shorter sight line as well. So
right.
Some players will see 1 sight line, some will see 2 or possibly 3. That can get a little confusing for individuals, but what I'm more concerned with is, do they aim it well and can they stroke freely? And obviously that doesn't work for him. So now we go to a different style putter. Let's go to the mallet again. Not that one there. Yeah. So grab that one there. Now this is what is that putter that you've got there?
This is the Golo, the Super Select Golo 6.
Okay. So the Golo 6. Now this is going to be, we're going to show you another Golo as well. Similar head, different neck. This neck is quite a bit different than the plumber's neck. If you look at those two in that down the line view, you can see these necks are completely different. Back to a single sight line, back to a black sight line. And once again, his ability to aim this putter is not great. It's out to the push side or out to the right-hand side. And all of a sudden, he has to make a compensation. It worked this time. Is it going to work all the time, or is it going to work most of the time? And the answer is no. So let's try
I hit that one on the toe.
Let's try the other Golo. And when you're starting to go through this, one of the things that might be in your head is, man, do I need this many putters? The answer is you may. You may. We got to figure it out. You may. All right. So now we have the same Golo.
Yes, this is the 6.5.
So this is the 0.5, meaning we've got a different neck style. This is the slant neck, flow neck style putter. And again, aim not great. And it doesn't have the same toe hang. So now he's going to push that out to the right-hand side. That might have grabbed the hole had it not hit that ball. Now let's go to a putter that I think could work for you. It's not a putter that necessarily... No, go to the other one. Yeah, that one there. What putter head is that?
This is the Super Fastback 1.5. Super Select Fastback.
And what you can see here is that it has that slant style neck that is good. It also has the single sight line, the black sight line, which is great. But what's great about this is if you took the back end of this off of this putter, it would almost look like the putter that he's comfortable with, absent of the plumber's neck. So this is a putter that he could very well use. And when he sets up with this, because of some of the design features of this putter, he's actually able to aim this putter quite nicely. The problem is that it's a different neck. It doesn't quite feel the same way to him. But what you're going to see is you're going to see a very fluid, smooth stroke. And that goes in the hole. So this is the option. So now when you're out there and you're trying to figure out, like, what's the best putter for me? Well, now we've got some options. Let's grab the Del Mar, that final one that we're going to look at. And again, what kind of putter are we talking about here? The Del Mar 3.5?
This is just the Del Mar.
Del Mar.
The Super Select Del Mar.
Yep. Now this is this is also, let me see that. This is also a very different neck. So this is much more of a flow neck. You can see that as opposed to the slant neck or the plumber's neck as I'm holding those up. But check out how this toe hangs, because this one almost hangs dead down. So you can see that right there. That is hanging almost dead down, almost perpendicular to the ground. That means there's going to be a lot of flow to the toe, which can work for some. I've used that putter for years and years and years. And a putter that Greg really likes the look of. It's got the single sight line, the black sight line, but not necessarily a putter.
It's just a little wobbly in the stroke.
That's the preference. Like, what do you feel comfortable with? What do you feel like you can trust? And so now what you do is you would go and you would take these putters and you're going to go, okay, these are the 3 putters that I might like, but we'll rule one out. And what I like to do is I almost like to make it like tennis, right? So there's going to be a match. We'll have a matchup. And in the matchup, I'm going to give you a putter that is not your favorite, and let's go with 3 different putts that you're going to hit. And what I would do here is I would create some break on these. So I might give him a right edge putt, a left edge putt, and then a dead straight putt, and see how he aims. Is his aim, because his aim is really good on this 10-foot putt, but when we go right edge, how good is his aim? When we go left edge, how good is his aim? And you might find that it can change sometimes, and it really does change sometimes. But so let's go ahead and hit some here. And all I want you to look at is, and Greg, what I want you to do is tell me about the feel of your putting stroke. Does it feel like your putting stroke there, the fluidity, the smoothness, and of course the strike in the center of the face?
Okay, we go in center of the hole here?
Yeah, center of the hole.
Okay. It felt very nice. It felt like I hit it slightly off the toe. So maybe a very slight wobble. It did feel smooth, maybe too smooth. Like it wobbled at the top of the backstroke just a little bit. But the look of it and the aim, just like you said, I almost only see the front portion where it looks a lot like my Newport 2. That one felt just about perfect.
And
I
that
really
went in the
liked
left
that
side of the hole there.
Yep, I'm filling it up a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, there's not enough room.
So it has a really nice feel and a really nice look to it. It suits my eye even better than I expected.
There you go.
Yeah.
So what you see now is this putter can work and works nicely for him. Again, it's 34 inches. We know that that's the proper length for Greg as we've gone through other fittings. And I would urge you to understand that not only is the length of the putter important, but also the lie angle is important. You have to understand somewhere around, some people will get as much as 72 in the lie angle. I tend to putt around 70. Some will be in the 60s, high 60s, like 67, 68. Again, a lot depends on how you grip the putter and the length of the putter itself that can work for you. Go ahead, let's hit this. Now, this is Old Reliable, and this is a putter that he feels quite comfortable with. And the fluidity of the motion, very important.
Yeah, even though I missed that one, it feels when I set up with this like the backstroke is under the most control out of any of the putters that we've tried today.
And what I would add to this is the following, and this is really important. Confidence is a very important part of the game of golf, and it's critical in putting. If you think you can make it, you can make it. And if you think you can't make it, you probably aren't going to make it. And so when he sits there and he goes, you know what, I kind of feel like this thing just flows a little bit smoother, great. It doesn't matter. Your job as trying to understand what's going to be the best for your player, or your job that's going to be the best for you as a player, is to find out what's the putter that's the smoothest for you and your putting stroke, and what's the putter that's going to give you the most amount of confidence.
It does feel like home.
You can always go home. The other thing that's important to appreciate is that every single putter has a little idiosyncrasy. One of Greg's idiosyncrasies is he's got a little forward shaft lean, and he has a little, like a little trigger where he bumps his hands forward. I love that. But when you do that bumping and you get a mallet putter, it's kind of, it's something that sets you off a little bit, not quite comfortable.
The back of the putter looks like it comes up in the air. I don't feel like it rolls into a position where the face stays square to where I aimed it at address. And there are certain putters, this one, and actually, as I found out today, that one works really well too, where when I roll it forward, it feels natural, like I don't change the aim.
And many times what happens is that when he goes to a mallet putter or one of the phantom putters, when he does that, the fins in the back or the length of the mallet, it kind of chucks it up into the air. And all of a sudden, instead of him paying attention to where he wants the ball to start, how much speed he wants to put into that, all of a sudden he's paying attention to what's happening with the putter head. And that is a recipe for failure, which is another reason why he's in the Newport too.
And happy.
And you can see the fluidity of that putting stroke as he continues to fill it up. You can see the fluidity of the putting stroke, and there's no lack of confidence or trust in the change of direction when he's making that stroke. It just flows back and flows right down into it. And again, there's just
Even when
not
you're
enough,
watching me.
there's not enough room in there. Nice job there. So as you start to choose the putter that's going to be the best for you, don't just do the let's pull it off the rack. Go out there, examine whether you can aim it properly, examine whether it's the right length for you, the right lie angle. We didn't talk about the sight lines, the way that you pay attention to those, but those are going to be a part of your ability to aim. And then obviously the neck will be a part of that too. You got to feel it, you got to trust it, and you got to go out there and hit some putts with it. Hope this helps you understand how you can become a better putter, and obviously how you can make more putts with a lot more confidence. Greg, great job by you.
Thank you.
Filling it up again. That's my boy. That's how you can putt better, just like Greg McGee.